you got this 39, 38-year-old Ayesha Howard, who brother Anthony Edwards got knocked up. You know, now she's demanding $55,000 on top of the child support annually, a one-time payment of $500K for her to be the sole custodian or have sole custody of the daughter. Now, if you don't know, let me catch you up to speed real quick. He don't want nothing to do with the baby. He gave up all parental rights. In Georgia, she only was entitled to a little bit of child support compared to what she get in California. She tried to move to California to get a whole bunch of money for child support. They said, no, you go back to Georgia. And he was like, well, I'll just pay it all up in a lump sum, right? You know, and for the most part now, she basically, you know, do the playoffs with stalking her. And that's women's number one play, right? Even when you see that with children, with young women, where they would just, they ask you something, like, no, not right now. Or no, we're not doing it. They just irritate you until you break and get them what they want. That's a tactic that women, that young girls and some young boys do. So at the end of the day, the best thing he can do is just get a restraining order. Hey, get a restraining order. You know what I'm saying? Maybe throw $100K at her to shut up and not talk on me. I just throw a restraining order, cease and desist on her. At the end of the day, you know, people say, well, why is she doing this? You know, it was like, oh, she got a successful business. And then she was talking to, in response to her trapping this young guy, she was telling girls on the internet, y'all broke, go back to her. She's broke. Y'all, like I said, man, I was talking to somebody the other day on Facebook. And he was like, well, Cash Doll got her own money. She don't need, y'all really don't understand women. Men, a lot of guys, I swear it's a lot of Travis Hunters. It's another guy it's a lot of Christian Colemans with Sha'Carri Richardson's out here. A lot of men are clueless, bro. A lot of these ninjas is Stacey Dash. They clueless. Women don't, should I see a rapping bitch or a bitch that's on OnlyFans, dog, excuse my language. They ain't got no money. Because if they had money, it wouldn't matter about their baby daddy. It wouldn't matter about what he giving or not. They wouldn't be trying to practice high perk. They don't have, the way women spend money, they don't save. That's the number one reason why you see lesbian relationships don't last. And a lot of these women go find a dick to lay back on or be with. Which is crazy for taking that woman back. I'm telling you. You're stupid, right? They're mentally ill. Because you can't have two impulsive spenders. Somebody has to be the structure, the discipline. Some women don't have that naturally like that. Don't nobody fear no stud. No child don't fear no stud. So somebody got to be the conservative one in a relationship, the structured one in a relationship. And the way women spend money in general, they spend it like it's nothing. I get it back. Their overhead is high. They don't know how to live below their lifestyle. You got women out here struggling with $1,000 car note. Remember that girl got that new Jeep online? Oh, my note it's $1,012. Now she want to go sell coochie. They don't know how to live below their means. If they making $100,000 a year, they living right there or above their means. They in debt. Yes, I can afford a bigger place, a nicer place. I don't fucking need it. Like, well, I just need a fast car and a place to lay my head. I don't need it. As long as my stuff's there where I need to be, where ain't no roaches, bed bugs, safe. Ain't no gun violence, crackheads. I'm cool. But she's broke. They don't want to work. And then any chick, before I get to that point, they got their body done. Why y'all dealing with them other than wrap it up? If it's just a fetish or whatever, wrap it up. Like, I don't really understand these women with these fake bodies. Like, what are y'all what is it so attractive about? Y'all sit here and say, well, I don't like weave. I don't like, but y'all like BBLs? Hips wider than a goddamn Bay 5 door at Ford. Titties harder. Niggas titties harder than a motherfucking doorknob. Like, get out of here, bruh. What is so is the coochie better? It ain't. Like what are y'all like are mentally ill? Well, come on. What was the brass shit? Damn, what was the name of they shit? The Beastie Boys, License to Ill. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. The signs are there, brothers. The signs are there. They get the bodies done so they don't have to work, so they can get a baller, so they can be a whore. They can sell some coochie. They can get saved. They having children. For the women that want to have children, they have them for all the wrong reasons, bro. Like 80% of women in America have children for all the wrong reasons. She having them for a check. Well, I have babies by two successful guys, and that's why they get the BBLs to put themselves in positions to have the babies, and that's it. Not to say, you know what, let me put my value in my femininity, my ability to heal, love, touch, nurture. You know what I'm saying? Make his life easier. You know what I'm saying? That's why women who truly don't want to be mothers, you can't deal with them. Even if you don't want kids. A woman that wants to be that nurturing, that mother inside, that's what she's supposed to be in a relationship. That's how you pick the woman that you want to be with. Everything you want your daughter to be, that woman should be. Real talk. Everything you want your daughter to be, that woman, you want that woman to be. And too many guys live in lust. Lust is like, all right, man, you young, yeah, you want to hit this and sometimes you just want to. It might be a girl that may not be that attractive, but you just like, man, them titties, dog, or that ass, dog, or something about her. Like, cool, you had your little fun like that. Cool, we all have. But you find out a lot of the women that are super duper attractive, or a lot of women with the titties and the ass and all that type of stuff, or that you really, really like put on a pedestal, like, no, they worthless, bro. They worthless when it comes to actually building something. So her harassing him is no surprise because they broke. That's why women on the internet every day complaining. And then the women who do have the men that have money, then they say, well, I just don't want the good man no more. I'm tired of the good man. I'm leaving my good man. Okay, then they get out here. Well, Biggie say they get nothing but penetration. Unless it smells like sanitation. And they get out here and then these guys be screwing them and they don't give them nothing. And they don't get them nothing. And they don't get them absolutely nothing. Nothing. And then they want to go back to the good man. Like, oh, get out of here, man. When you find a woman that's worth something, bro, you'll know it. But Ayesha Howard is just broke. They don't want to work. Y'all fought for the right to work. And then I heard this woman, I got to do a video on this other channel. I heard this woman talking about, yeah, if it wasn't for the white man wanting to marry a white woman, y'all wouldn't be able to do it. Look here. If it wasn't for men fighting for the right for women to work, men fought for the right for y'all to work. Men fought for y'all to have rights. What they also should have fought for was the reform of marriage laws, but that's another story for another day. Men fought for y'all rights. Without men fighting for women's rights, y'all wouldn't have any rights in the United States. And she's like, oh, we built communities. No. Black men built the communities. Y'all left our communities to go work for Brad and Becky, and that's exactly what happened. So when they talk about welfare, hey, man, you can go a lot further back. And a lot of our women in our community crossed us back then. And it's crazy. They put it on welfare and oh no. Read the story of Frederick Douglass and how he ended up with a Becky. after, you know, and what his daughter and wife did to him. This ain't, man, this been a battle been going on and on. Malcolm X and his wife, how his wife was. This ain't nothing new. And I like what the 5%er said, everything you have seen and you see now has always been. I messed that up, but it's something like that. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the Real One-on-One playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. Check out the Patreon. Appreciate y'all. Peace.